Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. How are you? I'm a little late today because it's really gloomy and rainy out there. You can't really tell. So, how was your weekend? Oh, yes, let me introduce myself. My name is Tina, and I'm grateful to have this opportunity almost every day or every other day to connect with you and navigate these energies that we're all facing together. I've pulled some cards so that we can start off our week and tune in to some of the messages that are coming through. Yesterday, we had a new moon in Leo, and I talked a lot about it Friday. And the sun just moved into Leo also. So this is a really good thing as we start moving forward because it's about our expression. It's about playfulness and light and energy. It's about shining. But in order to shine and really feel in our power, sometimes the opposite comes out. And it comes out so that we can release it. So what I want to talk about today is what's coming up for you that you're getting hooked in, that maybe you can, and I'm going to use a harsh word, but bear with me, stop abusing yourself. Yeah, I said it. I know because I do it myself. Hi guys. Hey Vicky. Hey Adrian. Hey Mary. So you could right now be feeling a little, excuse me, on edge, edgy. We are about to enter the eclipse season. I'll get into that later this week. But eclipses are all about transformation and change. And I got something already going on with my throat. Look at that. So I'll tell you what I have going on with me, because that to me is always a good teaching tool to then be able to share with you guys. And then, of course, when I read up on it, it's always right on point. The last few days, I've been looking at where I feel like I'm falling short of living my fullest potential. I've had insecurities and doubts come up. When I looked at this little energy report today, it was amazing. It said that Venus and Saturn are really showing us where, or could be showing us, where we might be letting ourselves down. And it was like, whoa. And it even said that it could be overwhelming. And so I've been kind of meditating on that this morning, of seeing myself compare and then feeling these doubts and insecurities, and then noticing where I go, noticing that my mind will go to everything to make it heavier and feel less. And then I realized these insecurities, these doubts, they're not true, but they're in our energy field. And so when I went into meditation, I saw a glass. Maybe that's why I have my glass here today. And in the glass, I saw dirt at the bottom. Now, what would happen right now if I had dirt at the bottom and I shook it up? The dirt would fly. There'd be some mud at the bottom, right? But then the dirt would fly around. And so I'm in my meditation going, okay, like, what does this have to do with anything? Well, the insecurities, the doubts, the fears, all of that less than stuff, it's coming up in our energy field. And it's coming up so that we can see it and realize that's not true. This is not real. It sure feels real. I'm giving it energy. And so every time I buy into it, it goes right back down to the bottom, joining the rest of the mud that's down there. It's a toxin. What happens when we do a cleanse? Sometimes we break out. Sometimes we feel sick. The toxins have to come out so that the spirit and the body underneath can shine and be its strongest. So these insecurities are coming out because we're at a time where we are here to shine, but we cannot shine with those heavier energies there. So when I started to see, oh my gosh, my doubts, my insecurities, they're coming up so that I become more in alignment with my power. And I can realize that's an old story. That's all it is. So when we don't realize that, though, that limiting thought, energy, belief goes right back down and it weakens us. How does it weaken us? Because it makes our energy heavy again. And we are a vibration of love and light. When we're carrying the lower vibrations, that love and light can't be to its fullest capacity. So it's going to weigh us down. Does this make sense, you guys? So what do? How do you know your truth? Now, I don't know who said this, but it's coming out in my head right now, and I tend to butcher quotes. A lie believed acts as a truth until it's neutralized. Okay, I'm going to say it again. A lie believed acts as truth until it's neutralized. So, when you were a kid and somebody criticized you, and then you were an adult, and you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're not thin enough, you're not funny, you're not creative. Every time we've given that energy, we keep it alive because we believe it. A lie believed acts as truth until it's neutralized. How do we neutralize it? Well, first, it has to come up. So all these cosmic energies, as much as they're heavy and we don't like them, and I was on and off sick, again, a lot of the weekend. But it was on and off. I'd feel like I was getting sick one moment, tired next, and all of a sudden energetic. Thought I was crazy. It's coming up so that I can be more in that vibration of love, of power, of strength, of beauty. And how do I neutralize it? By knowing the truth of who I am. So now I already have all the repetition of my insecurities and my doubts and all of the not enoughs. We all have those, right? But are we spending time every day? And this is what I did right before I came on. I sat there and I just started to affirm. I know these insecurities are an old story. Thank you. Because I know that I'm powerful. I know that I am so good at what I do. And every day I'm getting better by allowing all of this to be my experience. Thank you for showing me where there were old beliefs in my field that I can shine a light on and say, thank you for your gift and message. I know that I am the vibration of truth. I know that I am loving. I know that I am beautiful. And now I affirm these truths because this is who and what I am. And even now, can you feel the difference in the way that I'm expressing? Because I am speaking a truth. The energy running through you is love, is light, is truth. But in the human experience, we've got all these old experiences that are circulating around, that are old wounds. Some are from other lifetimes too. I'm going to get into that a different time this week. Let's just stick with this lifetime. But the reason that there are all those other lifetime things is it's making some of the things going on now act really real and true as well. So the angel that came through in my meditation, it was perfect. And here he is, or he, she, Archangel Uriel. Now, Archangel Uriel is known as that eternal companion. Some say her name means God's light. And when this eternal companion comes through, and right as I said that, let's take a breath. I just feel this angel so showering each one of us and you listening in this healing energy. He, she, it helps balance that union of heaven and of earth. So we think, why do we have insecurities? Why do we have doubts? So we can learn, so we can grow, so we can evolve. We just get so hooked and over-identified in them that we forget who we are. And Uriel's saying, lighten up. Don't put so much energy into it. Realize it's floating up so that this toxin, that this old story can be released so that you can shine. Don't allow those old thoughts, that old story, to bring you down. Other cards for this week or for today. How perfect. Clear your energy. So let's talk about this. Do you know that you can clear your energy by affirming what you are? Now I know, and if you haven't seen it in one of my other lives, I say affirmations don't work. So now I'm going to tell you to affirm, right? I'm crazy. No, what I mean, and I've said this before, if you just keep saying an affirmation but you don't follow it up with practicing it, with starting to see in your life where it is true and getting into the feeling tone of it, then it's just going to be a fleeting thought and your old story and old beliefs going to come up. So how do we clear our energy? Know the truth of who you are. You're made out of the image and likeness of God, the divine of love. So anything that is not love is literally just an experience you're going through to bring you back into love. So how can you know the truth? Another way of clearing your energy, chanting, breath work, breathing. It's another thing I did before I came on. I'm going to do a webinar on it, on some of these breathing meditations. Hey, Alyssa, so perfect that Alyssa's on. Happy birthday! Because Alyssa comes to my Kundalini class. The breath work, the breathing meditations are so powerful, even if you did it for 3 minutes. It shifted everything. I just started to do this powerful breathing meditation. And then I began to chant just for a few minutes. These are ways we clear our energy because it shifts our vibration to something that serves us. We don't have to over-identify all the time with what we need to release. We can know it, be aware of it. But then where do we give energy? Into what we know that is true. So all throughout the day, you could just be affirming, I am love and I am light. I am in alignment with my soul. Here's this old pattern again. Let me take a breath and remember who I am. Remember that Archangel Uriel is here, this eternal companion, to help me balance these energies of heaven and earth. It's the seesaw, okay? Sometimes you're up here, sometimes you're up here, but it's all to bring us into balance. We're doing this little dance together. The card that came with Uriel, oops, as I drop it, is hope. This came up last week too. And when I see this, I just see the light shining down. Where can you bring in that light and remember that it's you? When you see something beautiful, do you realize that you can only see that it's beautiful because it's your reflection? Yeah. So know that when you are inspired by someone, it's because that quality is reflecting back to you, that same energy, calling for you to step into it. Now, our block card for this week, not that I like to focus on blocks, but just where we want to work on, or for today, was, look at this. How interesting is this? Love begins. And it was in reverse. And so I was like, how interesting. And so the first thing that came to mind is that love doesn't just begin. Love is always flowing. But we can cut it off, right? So just the way we can cut it off by not honoring ourselves, by not loving ourselves, we can bring it back on by loving ourselves, by knowing the truth. I got in the shower today, and I got to tell you, I was feeling a lot of heaviness. Another reason why I'm on so late. But I use all of this as a teaching tool that we're in this together. And as I was showering and cleansing off my field with the water, another way you can clear your energy, I started to say, this is for me. This is for me right now. This is for all of us. I don't need to over-identify in this. I don't need to shut off the love for myself just because I'm letting myself down. And where am I letting myself down? Why can't I focus on what I'm doing for myself? Again, it's all just shifting the focus. So where can we let that love in to and for ourselves? How can we stop labeling what we're doing as right or wrong? How can we be a friend to ourselves and be kind to ourselves and realize at the bottom of that glass, if we don't get to it, we're going through a cleansing process. Let's let the toxins out by just seeing them as an experience that's leaving us. 2 more cards, you guys. Stay strong. And what I get from this and staying strong is just knowing that strength within you. Actually, I said this in my little meme that I put out there. Whatever you are going through, within you also is the ability, the energy, the strength to overcome it. Yes. So anything you're facing right now, the light is there to help you get through. The strength is there to help you get through. It's already inside. I know it doesn't feel that way sometimes, but guess what? What did I have to do today? I showered and meditated. I sat in silence and meditated. I did a breathing meditation, and then I chanted. It took all of that to shift my energy and then go, I'm ready to go on live now. Sometimes it takes that extra effort, but I feel completely different now. We don't put in that effort sometimes, but aren't you worth it? And then how can we just let it be an experience that's temporary, that's going to shift so that we can, last card, move toward the light. How beautiful is that? Do you know that we're always moving toward the light, whether we feel it or not? We're always moving toward the light, whether we feel it or not. It's just trying to realize that we learn through contrast. We learn through duality. And can we just give ourselves permission sometimes to be in a state that's out of alignment so that we can come back into alignment, right? Stop giving it so much energy and reach out and realize we're all in this together doing this beautiful dance, as I always call it. So that is your reading for today. Oh, yay, Jen, you're here. Yep, Jen, we got to go. I'm going to lunch with my cousin Jen. So I went a little over today again, but I just feel like we are on the cusp of big change with these eclipses coming. So yeah, there's going to be some more intensities, but when we can know what they are ahead of time, we can utilize this inner strength and this light and one another to really help us. Call on Uriel. Call on this beautiful being, the eternal companion, and feel the energy just overflow. Feel him holding your hands. Because I see it right now. And just know that you're not alone. I'm going to do another angel forum. If you like this message and my other messages, please forward them along. Share them. Like the business page that this is on, if you haven't, and please follow it. And if you'd like a personal session, please reach out and let me know. Okay, you guys? Love you. I might see you tomorrow. Definitely see you Wednesday. And have a beautiful